We laughed when the humans entered the universal stage. Their ships were silly, haphazard, and needed gravity assists to move at light speed. While they were quick to buy and understand our slipstream drives, they have spent untold years building their fleets and colonies with slow, light-speed ships. The very thought that a flight to a colony was a one-way trip was sheer insanity to any other spacefaring race. Those that bothered a second thought were duly impressed with the efforts the humans went through in growing their humble empire. We soon learned that humans are ingenious, inventing new technology and improving whatever they could buy. In due course, humans were on a level playing field with the other, much older races in the galaxy. But that constant improvement made them a target. A backwater race held little allure to conquerors. A competent race with all the finer trappings of civilization, however, made a tempting target for any species looking to capitalize on the humans' efforts. Couple that with the humans' inability to buy any good weapons, and someone was bound to come knocking. The Kreslin decided to knock, and they did it rather loudly, entering a human colony system and releasing bioweapons that utterly decimated the local population. With little effort, the Kreslins gained a pristine world with lots of raw materials already being mined on the other, less hospitable planets in the system. Certainly a nice prize for very little effort. Now, the Kreslin weren't too worried about humans retaliating. While they now had the ability to travel at slipstream speed, their weaponry consisted of mere nuclear bombs. These were practically children's toys, and not seen as a real threat by anyone with modern weaponry, and weapon defenses. Humans, for their part, sued for peace. They complained bitterly at whatever public forums they could. But war was certainly a constant in the universe, and the humans' complaints and pleas fell on deaf ears. The Kreslin themselves blithely announced their intentions to take further systems, and certainly there were others, emboldened by the ease the Kreslins had had up to this point. The humans must have realized that they had no choice. They found themselves in a war that would certainly determine their existential future. Their response was quick, and took two forms. The first response was that they scuttled every pre-contact ship they had, even the ones that had been abandoned. They brought back a few that had found themselves in museums, and outright sabotaged the rest not in human hands. But this was an easy task. No one thought much of the old human tech aside from curiosity. No one knew then just what secrets the ships held. The secret that would change the face of power in the galaxy. The second response was that they deorbited every single planet, planetoid, asteroid, comet, meteor, and space station in the Kreslin's home system. They simply sent every single item orbiting Paxiv, the system's star, off into deep space. The destruction was complete and utterly terrible, and it was done with a single human ship that exited Slipstream, well within the Kreslin defense net. The galaxy took notice. None could blame the humans for responding, especially considering the lengths that humans had gone to not fight. Many did complain about the uneven response. The humans had lost one system with 1 or 2 million inhabitants, and destroyed a system with 100 billion. And the humans had made demands. Any and all Kreslins involved with the manufacture of the bioweapon, including any members of the military and government that approved its use, be handed over to the humans immediately. They swore to destroy a system for every day the demands weren't met. It took the Kreslins 4 days to collect everyone to the human satisfaction. The group included every member of the ruling family. In turn, 4 systems were ripped apart in the same manner as the home system due to the delay. The Human-Kreslin War stands as the fastest held war in history. Less than 30 days from the lone Kreslin attack, they begged for mercy and utter surrender. Ignoring the lost colony, the humans did not lose a single soldier or ship to combat. You may be wondering just how the humans were able to achieve the amazing feat of destroying entire solar systems. At this point, it's really folklore, with nothing to back it up. The humans sure aren't saying. But the belief is that humans' first interstellar ships, slow though they were, functioned by the ability to block and amplify gravity and inertia. The idea is that the ships would drop their relative mass to zero, but focus relative mass on distant objects. If your ship has zero mass, then it's very easy to move. If you can focus mass at something like a star, you can accelerate very quickly to light speed and possibly beyond. There's not a scientist outside of Terran space that considers it even possible, but the results speak for themselves. The humans changed entire stars to zero mass, and then accelerated everything in orbit outward to relativistic speed. And they did it all with a single ship. A single ship that could erase an entire system. Say what you will about the elegance of your science, your knowledge and your abilities. The humans do nothing more than throw rocks, yet they hold a power unmatched by anyone.